It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Now we turn our attention to World Food Day, and I think for far too many South Africans going to bed with an empty tummy and waking up not knowing when or where your next meal will come from is a heartbreaking and unforgivable reality day after day. And the lack of the daily nutrition means that our nation's children in particular are not able to thrive and reach their full potential. That's why today, being World Food Day, Knorr has partnered with Food Forward SA, an NPO who collect and redistribute surplus food and donate it to, and every meal to unbelievably deserving recipients as part of the hashtag Share a Meal SA on social media. We've been pumping it out over the last couple of weeks, a great initiative. So this morning, we're joined by Andy Du Plessis, CEO of Food Forward SA, and Keegan Aikstad from Knorr Marketing. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I know a rather severe reason to be meeting over, but an opportunity on days like World Food Day to get a message out there. But I think let's start with the dark stuff first, and maybe Andy, you can fill us in. What is the current reality? How many people in South Africa are going hungry?
Yeah, so Food Forward South Africa is an organization that's responsible for harnessing surplus food. What happens in the supply chain is quite a bit of food gets dumped in landfill. Yeah. But we use a unique model called food banking, where we negotiate with these large wholesalers, retailers and manufacturers, and we say to them, instead of dumping your food in landfill, we're talking about food that's still good for human consumption, food that's got a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, sometimes shelf life, and we say to them, you give us the food at no cost, and we'll use the food and redistribute it to registered non-profit organizations that have feeding programs, but that also focus on development issues such as education, HIV/AIDS care, care for orphans and vulnerable children, and those kind of organizations. So that's what our organization focuses on. In reality, 3 out of 4 children come to school hungry. 75% of our children are nutritionally compromised by the time they reach high school. So we have a serious problem in our country.
And I think the biggest issue, it's in that critical phase up until 6 years. I'm a new parent, and just looking at what goes into helping a young mind, a young body grow at that critical stage. How much of a network do you have? How many communities do you service now?
Yeah, so we're across South Africa. We've got branches in Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, PE, Rustenburg, and the Free State. And we service 550 registered non-profit organizations, and they in turn provide meals every single day to about 250,000 people. So some of our non-profit organizations do 1 meal a day. We make sure that the organizations we support at 75% of them focus on development as well as feeding children.
I love that,
And so we across South Africa, 40% of the children of the beneficiaries we serve are children. So our focus is on children, and like you say, that 0 to 6 is a crucial period where we must make that nutritional impact into children.
So Keegan, I suppose from Knorr's perspective, a no-brainer to get involved with something like this, and what a way to do it on World Food Day. How did this relationship kick off from your side? What are you guys trying to achieve?
Well, at Knorr, we believe that everyone needs to have access to nutritious and tasty food, so it was a no-brainer teaming up with Andy on this campaign. You know, more than 1.7 billion conversations happen around the world every day about food. And it's food that can be admired, but not food that can be eaten.
Instagram loves a post,
Exactly. So we want to give South Africans the opportunity to turn that virtual share into a real share on World Food Day today. And that's why, Knorr and Food Forward have teamed up on this campaign.
So how do we do that?
It's very easy. You can either go to one of our social media pages, and that's our What's for Dinner social media page, and share the post from today, or take a snap of your food, share it with the hashtag ShareAMealSA, and that equates to 1 meal donated. So you can literally donate a meal today by sharing, a picture of your food.
And I have a feeling, looking at this kind of synergy and how well it works, and the organizations that you're supporting, this is going to turn into a long-term thing, I'm hoping.
Yes, we really have this is, I think, a few years running already, but every year we try and make it bigger. We try and make a difference, and an opportunity on World Food Day is a perfect one for this campaign.
Well, I think you guys are doing the hard work. I think it's really easy for us. In fact, I'm going to snap a picture of my bowl of oats this morning and hashtag that as well. Hashtag ShareAMealSA, 1 tag, 1 post equals 1 meal. That is an unbelievable message to send on World Food Day.